Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Yes, sir. We back at it again. Who are these people? Part two. This like a game show, man. You know what I'm talking about? Still coming out of Isaiah chapter 3. We going to verse 13. Starting at verse 13. Trying to figure out who these people are. Trying to establish with looking at all these scriptures, who can point out who Israel really is? Who can point out who Judah really is? Just looking at the scriptures. And let's see, can you find out who these people are today by listening to what the scriptures have to say. All right. Starting again at verse 13. The Lord standing up to plead and stands to judge the people. The Lord will enter in. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 14 now. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, and spoil of the poor is in your houses. What mean ye that you beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, said the Lord God of hosts. Yeah, it look like these people getting done bad. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Moreover, the Lord says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Okay, let's see what all of this means. If they got wanting eyes, that means they're flirtatious. They tinkling and mincing with their as they go. That means they got a little strut about them, a little swag. Who does that sound like? They real, flirtatious in their situation with those wanton eyes, got stretched forth necks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm the lick. I'm better than everything you can think of. You know what I'm saying? I had to say it in a certain way, so that's the best way I got to explain. They saying I'm this, I'm that, I'm better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Verse 17. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. Okay. What woman that we speaking on the daughters of Zion in verse 17, what females do you know always got a problem with their hair growing? Got a scab on the head. Alopecia. That's a situation, causes them hair to fall out. And they always got to get different chemicals put in their hair, wearing wigs and putting all this fake. They like everybody hair except their own. Who does that sound like? There's only one people on earth like that. But the Most High put a scab on the head. Man, he, you know what I'm saying? Just look at it. This is a problem that those women, those daughters of Zion have. They have a problem with their hair. Sometimes you'll see their hair ate out on the side and stuff, putting all them, other people hair in their head, trying to look good, whatever, won't let their own hair grow, But who is this? Discover their secret parts. You know, that's still talking about the hair. It's not talking about nothing else. All right. Verse 18. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their cauls and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. Instead of well set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth. And a burning instead of beauty. Who does that sound to you? Who does that sound like? Now, I got to say some things to explain this, so don't nobody get offended. But I got to say, we got to talk about this. So you see how the Most High gonna remove all the beautiful clothing and trinkets and all the things that the daughters of Zion gonna be wearing, and then he gonna get all that taken from them, and next thing you know, they're gonna be wearing rags. You know, not only that, instead of when they all these things were taken from them, I want you to look at the slave trade. Now, you can go back to let's look at the Atlantic slave trade. You see how those people were on them ships, how they were stripped down and were wearing rags and stuff when they were sold at the auction and taken on those ships and stuff. All you gotta do is just open your eyes and look around. Okay. You see how they ended up. They didn't have on their tribal wear and all their nose rings, all this earrings and jewelry and all this and that. They were stripped down to wearing pretty much like some rags. You know what I'm saying? Sound kind of funny, don't it? Then let's look at verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. Okay. Imagine you getting stolen from your home. Whoever the daughters of Zion is, I don't know. But imagine you get stolen from your home and you go into slavery, whoever these people are, and you get put on ships, not able to take a bath, but you for 3 to 6 months, you riding this ship. That's not even counting when you got to be marched out from wherever you live and were captured and brought to the coastline and put in pens and stuff like that until you are sold to someone and put on some ships, and then you got to travel that amount of time without taking baths, where you locked up in a ship, where urine, feces, and rats on the ship, and people people throwing up, and you laying all in this stuff, but you can't take a bath. You'll be pretty stinking, wouldn't you? Okay. Now, I would say some more things, but I'm going to leave it right there. Shalom, shalom to my brother Ayo. Shalom. But like I say, you won't smell too good in that situation. But let's keep going. Then you look at how, and instead of a girdle, it'll be rent or a tear. Instead of well set hair, you got baldness. It's only one people that we can think of. If you come to think about it, it's explaining who the daughters of Zion is now. There's only one people that has problems with their hair. And like I said, it's only one people who always they don't even like wearing their own hair. They like wearing fake stuff. Their hair, sometimes they putting chemicals in that causes their hair to fall out. They have other things like alopecia and all this and that. Just problems with their hair. Baldness that comes upon their head. Only one people that have a big problem with that. You see what I'm saying? But these are the daughters of Zion. Who would that sound like to you? I don't know. Let's keep talking. For that girdle part, I ain't gonna even say. Use your imagination. It's a certain people that, let's just be real, they are more on the healthy side. These daughters of Zion, we're talking about they kind of on the, how people used to say, person healthy, let's put it that way. They're healthy females, the daughters of Zion. Well, let me continue on. Don't want nobody get angry with me. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth and burning inside of beauty. Okay, you know that burning inside of beauty. When you look at the fact that you have how some people, they can be dark skinned or they just light, certain complexion, and then they might have, sometimes it might be they have diabetes, sometimes it may be, but they have a patch of skin on their face or maybe on their neck, or someplace is darker than the rest of their skin. That's burning. That's what it's talking about right here. So who is that? Who is that? If you notice, some people, they'll get that. It have a certain area on their face or like neck or whatever like this. Sometimes on the body. But it'll be darker than the rest of their skin, a patch of darkness that's darker than the rest of the skin. That's that burning is talking about. Which, instead of beauty. Now, verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, thy mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she, being desolate, shall sit upon the ground. Okay. Let's go back and let's look at a particular point of time. This is talking about the men of Zion, or the men of Israel. Okay. They end up being killed in war. They end up are gonna get that sword put to them. Let's look at this. Now, you have many cases to where people died in war, but let's keep everything in context. If this happened, all the things we just discussed about the daughters of Zion, that mean their men are part of that same nation. So the women and men are gonna resemble each other. Makes a lot of sense, don't it? Oh yeah, I'm glad you said so. But yeah, so they have mighty men. These men were prepared for war. Every nation has soldiers, and then you have the common people that are not in the military. So all that military got wiped out. Who does that sound like? People came in, said they were gonna fall by the sword. People came in, all their soldiers got destroyed. And just think, if all of their soldiers got destroyed, that means to this day, they don't have a standing army. Who does that sound like? What nation of people, their whole military was destroyed, all their fighting men, and guess what? They still don't have a military to this day. Now they may fight in other people wars and be soldiers in other people armies, but they don't have their own standing army. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Look at this. The people came in, the other nation came in, destroyed their whole city, destroyed everything about them. And they end up, wasn't nothing destroyed, went straight, took the gates down, and the people were sitting there mourning. And you look in you look and you see how these people, all the soldiers were killed, and there's nobody to protect women and children. You might have other little young guys around, or elderly guys, but they're not soldiers. So they destroyed the whole, that they just pretty much destroyed the whole nation. And then the city was tore to the ground. City was brought to the ground, and the place left desolate. Now, if the place left desolate, that means they was taken up out of there and taken captive. If that land was left desolate. So we went into a war. All their strong men, fighting men, were put to their sword and killed. A couple may have escaped, you know what I'm saying? But then they were taken captives along with the women and everybody else. And then the land was left desolate. Wasn't Israel left desolate after a certain point of time? You look at 70 AD, in 70 AD, what happened to Israel? When Titus came in 70 AD, and they destroyed it. They destroyed Jerusalem. All the people that didn't get out and go into the west, which was southwest, all those people that didn't go into there, they were killed. So think about that. Who are these people? Who did that happen to? They was left desolate, didn't have all the fighting men was destroyed. All the people were taken captive, land desolate. Oh, that was a bad situation. But let's keep going and figure out who are these people. I got a couple more scriptures I'm gonna go to. Let's look at this in Isaiah 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy. Now, this is talking about a different time in which the children of Israel are going to be saved. When you discussing when they're coming out of their captivities from which they were and going back into the land of Israel, and well, they got to stop at the wilderness first, and then they're going back to the land of Israel. This is an event that's going to happen further along in the future, but it's significant. The reason why I'm reading. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy, even every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters. Hold on, let me stop right there. In the future, which could be any day now, it's gonna come a point of time where you're gonna have to, so many of these people are gonna die that 7 women are gonna have to go to one man for a husband. 7 women are gonna have to go to one man, which that number could be higher or lower. It depends on the situation of the day, which we know that most of the is for by looking at the scripture, most of the men gonna be dead. They're gonna be outnumbered. A whole lot of women are gonna, you know what I'm saying, go to this one man because they want to take away their reproach, which meaning they are unmarried women and they just want to be called by this man's name. Okay, that's to take away their reproach. Now, and then when the Most High when the Most High come and he's going to deliver them out of their distress and from their captivity, then they're going to have a beautiful situation then. They're going to have a beautiful situation. Those that are left over, that didn't get destroyed, that are the elect, those that remnant that survived, they're going to be back in the land of Jerusalem. And this place going to be holy because, you know, all the wicked going to be dealt away with. Now, had to bring you up. Now let's get to verse 4. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. Yeah, he gonna purge the blood of Jerusalem, which meaning, you know, every time you kill, people get killed and stuff like that, that blood go in the ground, which causes that land to be polluted. So he gonna burn some stuff down and destroy some stuff to get rid of that to get rid of the filth of the land. Then the land can be cleansed again. That's how he gonna cleanse the land, by getting rid of all the wickedness and judging the people that shed all that innocent blood that's in the ground. But also, he's saying the filth of the daughters of Zion is gonna be dealt with. You're gonna get rid of that, which meaning they're not gonna be. See, they're doing some wicked stuff. Usually, when it discusses a woman being filthy, a lot of times it's dealing with them being in sexual acts that they shouldn't be in. You get what I'm saying? You should be able to see where I'm going with that. Prostitution, let's say. Verse 5, and the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion and upon her assemblies a cloud and smoke by day and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a defense, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime for the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm and from rain. So you see how Shabbat Shalom, Yvette. Shabbat Shalom. So you see, after he cleansed these people from all they clean the daughters of Zion from their wickedness, whoever these people is, these females that's not doing the right things, they might be prostitution. In prostitution, they might be doing unnatural sexual acts. They can't be married. But when you look at this, it's a people. It's a people. When we was talking about that burning on it, that burning, which I said how there was dark patches on the skin, darker places like the neck, face, forehead, whatever, and it's darker than the rest of their skin. That's that burning. Then they have scab on the head, and in certain females, like I say, don't like to wear their own hair and have problems with their hair. There's only one people you can be thinking of when you look at that. Then you see how the men gonna be killed and they gonna be taken into captivity. But then when we get here, it's showing you how the Most High gonna deliver these people. He's gonna deliver these people. This is some examples I'm giving to show you who these people are. Now, these people are around today. And if you looking at, and if you following along with me, it don't seem like it's a specific people that's over there in a little state and they call themselves by a certain name. It don't seem like, according to Isaiah 3, and then we came into Isaiah 4, which showing how the Most High gonna deliver these people from their situations. It don't seem like, it seems like a certain people, which, I hate to say it, but you got certain women that, hey, it's no holds barred right there. They do whatever they hot girl summer, man. As they say. You be the judge. And that's why at the end it say it gonna be 7 women trying to come to one man. When you look at verse what was that? Verse 3. Nope. Let me see. Nope, that's verse 1. See in verse 1 how I was talking about how 7 men gonna have to be, 7 women gonna have to be daughters of Zion now. Gonna have to go and get with one dude just to be called by his name to take their reproach away. These are unmarried women. That's their reproach. They probably have children and don't have a husband. But all of that's gonna be taken away. The Most High gonna save these people. And judging by you hearing this, who do you think these people are? But guess what? I got a part 3. So you be the judge. And I'm gonna get up out of here though. I hope you enjoy what I had, but next time, part 3, we're gonna keep trying to figure out who are these people that is talking about in the script that are Israel and that are Judah. We're gonna go through and try to figure out who it is. I'm gonna let you say for yourself. But until next time, Shabbat Shalom. Peace out. Y'all have a good and blessed rest of your day. Peace out.